Recently, Procreate has released 180 new brushes, which is really exciting, but also at the same time, very overwhelming. So I made a brush organizer for you guys and for myself. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to use it, and you can also find the free download information in the description box below. All right, let's get started. When you first open the file, you can see there are different folders named after the categories. What I mean by that, if you tap on your brush, you can double finger zoom to see that by default, you should have your classic library as well as the Procreate library. The Procreate library should have all the updated brushes. So when you tap on it, on the left-hand side, you can see these different icons as well as the name of the media or name of the category. These coincide with the name of the folders. And by the way, you can toggle the visibility on and off by checking this little icon right here. When you first open any category, there should be a list of layers. The first layer should be the cover, which is the name of the category. And you can hide it by just toggle off the visibility. And then it will reveal the different name of the brushes. And you might be wondering, okay, why do we have 5 different spaces underneath each brush? And you can see the key at the very top, which is called hint. So you can toggle the visibility on. And from there, you will see the intention of each space. As a professional digital brush maker, I love to test my brushes thoroughly. So here's how I test my brush. I'm gonna just go ahead and pick a color. On the layer, it says draw here, right on top of the first page of the charcoal. I'm gonna use the first space to test the pressure sensitivity of my brush. So make sure you have the exact same brush underneath. So I'm gonna go to charcoals, which you can see the names match. So I'm gonna start with the light pressure and then gradually increase the pressure from there. You can tell this brush is very pressure sensitive. When I use light pressure, the marks are also very light. As I increase my pressure of my hand, the marks get more opaque. So that's the first grid. If you want to have more fun, you can change out the colors, but I like to stay with the same color so I have a better comparison. If you find this video helpful, I would love it for you to give it a like and maybe share and subscribe. I don't know, do the YouTube things. And the second space is to test the response for rotation. So I'm just gonna twist the angle of my arm and to see if this brush responds to the rotation, which it does, which is really awesome. And the next space is for layering. So if you're familiar with working with natural media, you know that very few medium is 100% opaque. So this is to test how translucent your brush is. So I'm just gonna draw a normal layer, and I can also draw on top of that. As you can see, this has almost like marker-like translucency, and you can also test it out with another contrasting color, maybe to the side, so it's not blocking it. So you can see the performance a bit better. And the next space is to test how your brush responds to tilt of an angle. To test this, I would actually change how I hold my pencil. So instead of hold it normally, I'm gonna hold it sideways like that. So this will maximize the tilt angle. So it seems like it gives me a more granulated look of the pigment, if you will, and the mark seems to be a bit lighter as well, which is pretty consistent to a natural medium behavior. Last but not least, this space is for testing speed. So some of the brushes are speed sensitive, which means that when you draw slowly, your mark will look different than when you draw quickly. So I'm gonna test if this one is the case. I try to use the same pressure. Sometimes it's hard to maintain the same pressure when you draw quickly. You just naturally want to press down harder. Just resist from doing that. It doesn't seem to me there is a huge difference, so I will just leave it that way. This video is sponsored by my own course, which is called Esther's Art Lab, where I teach my entire creative process from the very beginning to the very end, and you can find more details at estersartlab.com. Hope to see you there. I hope you find this video helpful. Subscribe and stick around, and I will see you in the next tutorial.